Aloha, this is Lane from Giga Island, and here's my follow-up review to the Amazon Kindle Fire. I had a couple days to play with it, so we're gonna go and touch on all the things on the top here: newsstand, books, music, etc., etc. So let's go into newsstand. Newsstand right now hasn't really impressed me. It's more like a PDF magazine where here's one of the magazines here. You can actually scroll on the bottom and you can actually go ahead and start picking what part of the magazine you'd like to read. So it's not really interactive, is I guess what I'm trying to get at. It's just you just turn the page and you can make this bigger or smaller. So it responds really well in that regard. But other than that, just a regular PDF magazine, nothing special here. So let's go to the books. Books is just like a regular Kindle. You can just click on one of the books here. Again, if you go into the small and big A, you can start changing the type sizes of the fonts. You can change your line spacing. And you can actually change your margins. And in the color mode, you can change the background and the color of your font. The other thing I like is that under typeface, you can actually change your font. So here's Times New Roman, or if you want to go back to Georgia, you can set that up. So that's a nice feature. So the next one we want to highlight on is music. So here's all the songs in the cloud. I can go ahead and select the album right here. I can pick the track, and you can just fast forward or rewind. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can pause it. If you keep playing it and you want to go back, there's actually a pause or rewind on the outside too, which is nice. So let me go and pause that. Here's the store. So you can go into the store, you can purchase whatever you like. Just like in iTunes, it's really quick. You just click on the button here and you're going to be asked again if you want to buy it, and that's it. The next one we're going to look at is video. So one thing I wanted to note is that when you do have an Amazon Kindle Fire, you automatically get signed up for a month of Amazon Prime. Now for our people in Hawaii and Alaska, this is pretty important because for, I would say, several months I've been trying to sign up for Amazon Prime membership so I can actually watch, the instant TV and movies. And I would, with the recent announcement of borrowing books on your Kindle, you get to pick a book of the month, one book out of 5,000, you get to borrow it. And then after the month is over, you can borrow another book. So that's really nice. So let's go and try to play Lost, and I'll watch part 2. It has a resume feature, so obviously saw that I was playing this earlier. And it, just like Netflix, it will resume from your last point. And the colors on it, I guess, the first 5 or 10 seconds it might appear jaggedy because it's going to go and try to catch up with the buffering, but other than that, after that's done, you'll get a really nice clear picture, and the sound quality is good as well. So that's the video feature. You can actually go and tap on it once and adjust the volume right here. If we hit the back button, we go back to where we were at before when we wanted to resume the video. We can go to our library and see what's in the cloud. Device again is what you downloaded, and that's the video portion. So docs, we're going to skip over docs just because it basically is docs that you can email to your Amazon account and it shows up there. The next one is apps. So the one thing is that I did purchase a bunch of apps in the Amazon Android Marketplace, and whatever you do purchase, you can go ahead and you'll see them here. This means with the down arrow that you can download them, and then once they are downloaded, they won't have that arrow anymore. The other thing that I would recommend you downloading is something called Get Jar, which is right over here. The Get Jar app lets you download other Android apps that are actually available outside of the Amazon Android marketplace, which is nice. So you can download other Android apps. Again, it opens up really quick. Here's the Pulse News Reader that actually is installed by default. You can go and click on an article. As you can see, it opens up really quickly. You can zoom in, you can minimize it, you can start, you can send it to Facebook, you can tweet it out. So yeah, it's a really good app. I've used Pulse on the iPad. So let's go back here, and you can keep hitting back, and then you can see all your apps again. Of course, here's the store. Same thing, you can go ahead and purchase or download apps. Right now, the free one was Bonsai Blast. I already downloaded it. That's why it has that open there, because I downloaded it and installed it. And that's that for the app side. So the next feature I wanted to go into was the web, which Amazon's using the Silk browser, which is supposed to be touted as, really quick and fast, because once people go ahead and they type in, let's say, an address on their Kindle Fires, it gets cached really quickly to the Silk browser side. So here's google.com. Now, in the first couple days that I got my Kindle, it was super slow browsing. And I was hoping it was just because, there needed to be more people that was using this Silk browser. And it seems like it's been getting a lot more quicker. So let's try to click on this Black Friday. I know I never went to CS Monitor, ChristianScienceMonitor.com yet. So as you can see, it's coming up really quick. Let's go ahead and look for another story. So here we go. Let's go and let me look at the business story here. USA Today. I haven't been to USA Today on this Kindle Fire before. So as you can see, came in pretty quickly. Of course, zooming in on a story. I guess this one doesn't zoom, but some of them, of course, if it's not meant for like a mobile browser, or the story it's not formatted properly, you are able to zoom in. For some reason these I can just totally go, and I guess CNET is another one that is formatted properly, so that's great. Let's go and let me try this other website here. I know I never ever been to VancouverSun.com. So this one's taking a little while to come up because I guess it's not really cached, but still came up pretty quickly. A lot more quickly than here's a page that isn't properly, I guess, been formatted for the Silk browser. So let's say, as you can see, zooming in and out really quick, no hesitation there. But again, if you go to a site that is formatted properly, again, like let's say CNET, for example, then it is properly, the story is properly formatted nicely on the Silk browser. So like I said, when I first got it, it was really slow. Now it's going really quick. There's a little plus on the top here that you can add more tabs. You can bookmark right here. If you click this button here, there's a little bit more options on the bottom. There's settings. So you can go to settings, and there's a whole bunch of settings that you can go and you can clear cache, clear the cookies. You can set your default search engine. You can have it to remember passwords or not. You can enable your plugins. You can enable JavaScripting or not. So block pop-up windows, you can have it asked. There's a whole bunch of options here, which is really nice. So overall, right now with the Silk browser, I've been really happy with it. It's been working out nicely for me. And that's that with the... Another feature I wanted to highlight is you can actually set your lock screen. So this background here, when you turn it on the bottom of your Kindle Fire, it actually changes. And right here, I set my lock screen as ABC1. And I can say OK. So you can put letters or numbers. The other thing that I noticed is if you go to the settings right here and we go to security, this is how you set it up. You can set it off and it's going to ask you for your password. This is the only way I found out how to change it. And I say finish. So now when you turn it on, if you just entered a whole bunch of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, let's confirm it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we click on finish. Okay, there it's. So now let's hit the power button. Let's turn it on and off. Now it's gonna just ask me, see that? There's no letters in here. It knows that there's only numbers. So that's a nice feature. The only thing is I wish that once you entered it in, it would just unlock your screen. But of course you have to click on OK. And that's just another feature of the Kindle Fire that I like. At least you can lock it. So if you have apps that you don't want people to see your email, have apps that you don't want people to open up because it has information in there, this is a nice feature to lock your device. Lastly, I just wanted to touch upon all the extra features that you have here. We're not going to go through all of them, but again, these are pretty self-explanatory. Most of them are. Of course, with my account, there's sounds that you can change your sounds, notification sounds for your email or anything else that will notify you. I guess an app that could notify that you have an update. There's different application settings as well for running applications. You can go ahead and you can kind of see which ones are running. You can see third party or all applications here. So you can click on one and then right here you can clear the data, you can uninstall it, you can force stop it. So that one wasn't a good example. Let's try to find one that I can go ahead and uninstall. So here's Bonsai Blast. If I click uninstall, of course it's going to uninstall it. Let's go back here, and then there's also wireless networks. There's a Kindle keyboard here that you can auto capitalize. You can turn it on and off. Sound on key press if you like to hear that tactile sound when you start pressing keys. But overall, good amount of good settings here that you can go and change your things in your device. The one thing right here that I'm going to start looking at is called credential storage. So this is if you wanted to, I guess, store your credentials, I guess, you know, like for passwords and stuff when you're browsing the websites is what I'm guessing, but I have to read up on it. But it's over here as well. You can actually have a password for credentials if you want to use secure credentials. So yeah, this is something that I gotta go and kind of research on. But overall, again, the device itself, these settings here are pretty self-explanatory. And let me go back. So again, you know, the Kindle Fire so far for a device that's $200, it has 6 gigabytes of usable memory on here. And if you are part of the Amazon ecosystem where you buy your books, your music, your video, then this device is perfect for you. It works really well and I've been pleased with it. So I know there's a lot of reviews out there that have not been happy with it. A lot of them, of course, have had the web issue, which I did see. Like I said, honestly, when I first got this device, the web was really not working correctly, but you know, the last 2 days or so, it's been working great. Thank you once again. This is Lane at Giga Island, and aloha.